Hey guys, today I'm just doing a really simple video of an updated foundation routine of mine. I've been using the Eve Pearl palette. I got this in July from IMAT. Two of her dual foundations, her concealers, blush, illuminator, and mattifier. And I actually haven't put this in a video of me actually using it yet, so I wanted to show you just because I've been loving it. I'm almost out, that's how much I love it. And it's just a really good investment if you're looking for a foundation. So, to kind of just get right to it, you know that I use my oil control lotion pretty much every day, but I find that with the weather change I've been getting a little bit dry, and because that is controlling the oils, I've been trying something new. Jan Marini Siesta cream. Yeah, it's a cream. It's not a lotion, it's a cream. So it's for drier skin, I would say, normal to dry, but it's a vitamin C cream, kinda heavy, but because I've been so dry lately, it just does the trick. And next I'm using a primer from Cover FX. It's called Clear Prep. It's a mattifying foundation primer, but I like to use this mostly just on my T-zone. So right here, my forehead, my nose, and a little bit on my chin. So now getting to the palette, it comes with two colors of foundation. In the summer, I like to use a darker one on my forehead just because that's where you're sun-kissed and you get a little bit more tan on your forehead. For every day, I like to put this just everywhere on my face and use the darker one for more for contouring. But today, I'm just gonna literally show you exactly what I do. I just put the lighter one mostly on my cheeks. And it's really just to get rid of any redness that I have, especially around the eyes as well, to kind of just even the skin tone out. Then some on the chin, because that's where we always get the most red, is on the chin, under the nose. And then I like to go in now on the forehead. So now that you have like an overall just base color, I like to go in with the darker shade now and put that a little bit kind of like near my temples, and then bring that whatever's left over on my finger up onto the forehead. And then for the cheeks, when I want a little bit more coverage or just to be evened out, because sometimes my freckles show through, I just take both of the colors. So I take the dark one and then mix it into the light, and then I go over top of my cheeks again. Now for concealer, it comes with two of her salmon concealers, and these are some of the best ones that I've ever used. A lighter and a darker one. And by the way, I haven't even mentioned this, I am using the medium palette. It comes in 4 shades, light, medium, tan, and dark. What I like to do is I like to use the darker one more than the lighter one, just because I like to use the more orangey salmon color as a corrector. So I'm using a brush now, and I just place that right underneath my eye. And the trick is sometimes not to use the lighter one right away, because you want to get rid of the under eye circle first. So you're basically correcting it, and then you can go in with the concealer. Because sometimes when you just jump ahead and use the lighter one first, you're just drawing more attention to the under eye, and you're just making it look a little bit too light, and it kind of looks ashy and gray. So the best trick to do is use a corrector, which is usually a shade closest to your skin tone, more of an orangey shade if you're correcting under eyes first. So you can look at this eye versus this eye and kind of get a little bit of a better idea on how the concealer works. So now if you do want a little bit more coverage, you can go in, I'll use the lighter color and I'll show you just exactly what this does. You don't really need to go all over the eye. You can do more of the lower areas here where you can still kind of see a shadow, and just go over that. Just like that. So because we are using creams, you kind of want to use just a brush. I'm using a Cover FX brush, the 160, and just go over the concealer and the foundation just to kind of buff it into your skin and make sure there's no lines or creasing, because especially when you're using creams, that tends to happen. And then finally, to finish it off, with any creams or any liquid foundations, you want to make sure to use a setting powder. A lot of people think that this is a time to go in with another foundation powder. A lot of people use like the MAC, what's it called, Studio Fix powder, because there's a Studio Fix fluid and a Studio Fix powder, you kind of just want to skip using another foundation on top of a foundation. I've said this before in another video, I think, and use just a setting powder. You can use a translucent setting powder or a colored setting powder. I have two that I kind of go to for every day. The one that's more higher end is the Shuuemura setting powder. It actually has a tint of color. Or for a real cheapy one that I actually really like is the e.l.f. High Def powder, which is completely translucent, has no color at all. Today I'll just use the Shuuemura powder and I'm using a brush from the Body Shop, just like it's called the blusher brush, but I just really like it to buff the powder into the skin. And this gets rid of any shine and sets your makeup from moving, and it'll help it last throughout the day. So I did just set my face with the powder so my face isn't shiny, but one little tip that I wanted to share with you before I go is the Cover FX Matte Effects powder. It's an oil absorbing powder, and I have mine in the shade medium. It comes in light and medium, and it's basically just a powder that you can use in your purse throughout the day to blot your face. So if you have like oil blotting papers, use that first and then use the powder, and just kind of literally that's it. There's barely any color on here, can't even see it. And you just use it to grab any of the excess oil on your face that you're not shiny throughout the day. So this is something good to have too, because I know a lot of you keep the foundation powders in your purse and that's just like packing it on. And then throughout the day you're gonna look at your face and you're just gonna be white. Like, you know, at the end of the day and you look and you're like, that is not how my foundation looked earlier, and it just gets cakey. That's why. I didn't even show you her blush. This is just really pretty. It's like a pretty soft color. I'll just quickly show you before I finish. I am gonna go ahead and do my face, but it would be too long of a video if I showed you that whole process. So yeah, that's pretty much my updated foundation routine. I just wanted to give you a glimpse of what I'm using right now. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!